Hi everyone, it's Karen again with red hair. I decided to spice things up a little bit. I am so done with the purple hair. Okay, tonight's talk is about depression. I'm not talking about feeling a little down. I'm not talking about being upset about something. I'm not talking about seasonal depression at all. Those things happen, they come and go. No big deal. We live through them quite fine. I'm talking about the depression that can hit any of us when life seems to be totally sucky and you just feel totally defeated. All you want to do is crawl up in a ball and you want to go hide out underneath the sheets, underneath the blanket, in a closed door bedroom with the lights off, all by yourself. You don't want to deal with life. You don't want to deal with people. I was there. I was there a couple of times. And it got so bad, I was suicidal. That's when I knew that things were too serious and that I had to pull myself out. I hope you never get there. But if you do, listen up. First, you have to face it. Okay? You have to admit, you know what? I am really deeply depressed and I don't like this. You've got to get to the point where you don't like it. Now, if you are some of these bizarre people who love to be depressed, I'm not talking to you. You should see a shrink. Talking about the normal person like me and hopefully you that doesn't want to be depressed because life is too precious. So, first, you have to admit to it. The second step is you have to be accountable for it. You have to say to yourself, I'm 100% accountable for this. I asked for it the way it happened. And then the third step is I'm going to turn this into something good. That's the biggest step that you need to get to. At that point, you are getting your head out of the darkness towards the light. Realize that every step of the way, by the way, the ego or the old man, whatever term you want to use, will probably take a clip at you, okay? Trying to pull you back because, after all, it does want you depressed. It wants you isolated. It wants you alone. And it wants you to think that there is no hope. It loves that. Okay, it feeds off of it. Look at the ego or the old man not as a good friend, not as something that you think that you need to make nicey nice with, but as a leech. I like to think of it as an alien that somehow infiltrated my mind and sucks off of all of the crap that I choose to think and feel. And it's insatiable. So, going back to depression, it loves for you to be deeply depressed. The more depressed, the better off it feels. It's sick. Okay. So, what you want to do at the point where you have decided that you want to pull yourself out of it is you want to make a list, a short list of why you want to live. It can be loved ones. It can be an adventure that you want to take later on, like going to Tahiti. It can be, you know what, I really do want to fit into that bikini. It can be whatever you want it to be. Whatever you can scrounge together in your mind that gives you an opportunity of living life, please do. The next step would be what makes you feel good? Music, dancing, watching cat videos on YouTube. That always does it for me. Um, visiting a sick neighbor or a well neighbor. I'm all for that. Whatever you can pull together in that list, I want you to make it up and I want you to start just going down the list and doing everything. And if it's really, really on your list and you're okay and you're not overweight and you're not addicted to chocolate, if it's making a chocolate cake and having a piece of it and gifting the other to a church or organization so you don't poison yourself with that kind of eating, then do it. Okay, whatever. Me, that's my cocaine, so I can't go that way. Some things on my list is the blues. I love blues music. It gets me happy. Go figure. I love the blues. So that's one thing on my list, my happy list. Another part of my happy list is going rock shopping. I just actually did that because I was told I needed to play. That's my play. I went and had fun. I didn't overdo it. And I had great time and I came home with some pretties, which I'll put out in my rock store here. And one is a beautiful piece of blue cyanide. Beautiful. Or is it kyanite? It's kyanite, blue kyanite. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful specimen, large. And then I got some jewelry. Okay, so whatever, and if shopping is therapy for you and you can do it, go and do it. Oh my God, please do it. I love retail therapy. I'm really good at that. I'll go and I'll spend $1,000 on 3 jackets, which I did a couple of weeks ago when the weather started turning cool. Do I need them? Hell no. I have 30 jackets now, and that's okay. Who I am. And they're all beautiful. Now, another thing on my list that makes me feel really good, really fast, is imagining a box full of kitties. And the kitties are dumped all around me. And right now, I'm just going, oh, I would love to have that. I asked Santa for that, and he said no. Damn. Um, and maybe one of these days I'll be able to sit amongst a whole bunch of kitties. I'd love to do that. Just simply to pet them and to play with them and let them crawl all over me. Maybe when I go and get to Sacramento and get 2 kitties for myself, that would be fun. I'm gonna plan that. It's time to get amongst a lot of kitties. So that's what you want to do. You want to get a list of things that makes you feel good, and make it as long as you want. Me and I'm gonna also make a recommendation for that list. I want one of the items on your list to be going out into nature, either a walk by water. In Boise, Idaho, we have a lot of waterways with paths to walk. It's wonderful. Okay. Being out in nature is so wonderful. It revitalizes you. Going up and hugging a tree, hell, talking to a tree, going and getting yourself some flowers or smelling flowers, touching the earth. Take your shoes off, your socks off, and walk barefoot in the dirt if the weather permits. I believe in grounding, okay, where you connect your body to Mother Nature. And there's a movie, I forgot the name of it, but this man buried himself and he lives in Alaska. where the temperature of the ground is way, way, way colder than what I would like. And he cured himself physically of physical ailments by burying himself in the cold earth every single day. And he became a real strong supporter of earthing. Um, and I'm all for that. Okay. Get yourself out into nature as much as possible. Daily would be wonderful. Go and exercise, do yoga, whatever you can to get your body moving. Please do it. Even if you don't feel like it, by the time 5 minutes passes and you're doing stretches, even simple stretches, you're going to start feeling better. So get into stretching, get into yoga, chair yoga. You don't have to do the prahanana. You can do, um, hey, Janet, if you're listening, we've got somebody coming in um, to this that needs to be taken out, please. So people don't have anything to do with their lives except to be a pain in the ass. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Janet. So, so anyway, I hope they got something out of my talk. I doubt it. Um, so anyway, going back to getting out of depression, taking action. I am a real good person that wants everyone to take action. So take action. Do something. Get out of bed. Do something. Take a shower. Put your body in motion. Put your mind in motion. Yes, you might still be depressed and you don't want to do jack shit anything, but do something. You know, the problem with depression is, other than feeling like shit, is it's very selfish. It's very self involved in the wrong sense of the word of self. And you don't want to wallow in it. Okay. Yes, you're depressed. Okay, fine. Let's do something about it. Give yourself an hour or two or three or four, maybe a day, and then get out of it. Life is meant for living, not for wallowing in depression. Okay. So, one of the biggest things that you want to do to get yourself out of depression is you want to get yourself engaged in life by by engaging other people. However you want to do that, you can talk to children. My God, you can join the library and ask if you could read a book to children. That would be fabulous. Being around children is so wonderful. I love kids. They're so close to spirit, and they're uncensored. Whatever they're feeling, whatever they're thinking, they just whatever, they just say it. They say poop, and they say kitty, and they say wackadoodle doo, and all kinds of crazy things. I love kids. Uh, be with animals, but primarily let's get involved with people. Okay, get yourself out of yourself and get interested in what the other person is saying. Please don't pick a depressed person or someone who just wants to rant. Okay, get someone who has a smile on their face. Give them a compliment on their hairstyle or their shoes. um, so this is the season where a lot of people are going to face depression. A lot of expectations are put on you, and financial expectations, party expectations, family expectations, cooking, cleaning expectations, and you're just overwhelmed, and this causes depression. One way you can deal with that is say, "No, I am not cooking," order in. There are a lot of places that would be happy to accommodate, and they cater. Um, you don't have to even clean your own house. Call one of the services, call a friend who has a housekeeper, and ask that housekeeper to help you out once in a while or maybe once a week. Okay? You don't have to burden yourself in your life, especially during the holiday season, with excess things to do that you don't want to do. Also, be very cautious about trying to make yourself feel better by eating crappy food and drinking alcoholic beverages. 'Tis the season. Well, that's why we have all kinds of problems with alcoholism during this time, and also why we have an increase in heart attacks. So, I'm not one who thinks that living life to eat is an option. I'd rather live life. So, um, this time of year just seems to bring out the worst in other people. And this can bring out the worst in us. This season, give yourself a break. When you are going towards that deep pit of despair, before you go into it, stop yourself and start start thinking of these lists that I'm recommending to you, and get yourself out of it before you get deep into the doo-doo. Okay? And you have the power of choice. You can choose what you want to do, what you don't want to do during this holiday season and beyond. I don't want you to live your life thinking you don't have a choice. Thank you so much for coming and listening to my rant and my rave and looking at my red hair. I wish you lots of happy times this season. And I want you to remember again the power of choice. Thank you. Bye bye now.